All right, hey guys, buongiorno tutti. It is Sam from A Perry Life, and in today's really quick video, we are going to talk about striking in Italy. The strikes that happen with tons of different things. Transportation workers seem to be some of the biggest strikers in the country, and they are the ones that I think tourists will feel the most effect from. So it'll be like taxi drivers, bus drivers, people who work at the airport, air traffic control, all of that. If you have been to Europe and you've traveled there on a regular basis, you might have either just missed a strike or heard of a strike or experienced a strike. So Italy is very common that strikes happen in the country, and today was supposed to be a strike, which I just found out about. So I looked on my handy dandy the local.it website, and I found an article saying that it was postponed after a government order. So I figured I would share it with you all what they are saying, tell you all a little bit of the strikes that I have experienced and what you can do to prepare for strikes or to avoid being involved in a strike. So for those of you whose first time it is coming to my channel, ciao, my name is Sam. I'm a Black woman that lives between Florence, Italy and New York City. Right now I am in New York. It is 3:17 here, Friday the 29th. It's raining cats and dogs outside. And I'm a flight attendant, so I'm getting ready to go to work. I've been working a lot so that I can have a lot of time off in October. Looking forward to all of those things. So I'm exhausted, but and so I won't probably edit this video, but I've realized that this is a very, very, very important topic, especially for some of my followers who are in the study abroad community, the minority in community, the just traveler, the person who wants to be a tourist and visit Italy. A lot of things such as this, such as striking, they're not familiar with. And so I figured I would go ahead and read this to you all and tell you what you could expect when experiencing a strike. So this article is entitled Italy's public transportation strike on Friday postponed after government order. Once again, this is from the local.it. And it says a planned 24-hour public transportation strike in Italy on Friday, September the 29th, today, has been postponed, while airport strikes on the same day were still set to go ahead. Now, sometimes airport strikes affect only certain airports, and they'll affect only certain times, and they also will affect only like certain certain like carriers. So it's really interesting. Sometimes with the airport strikes, you're worried about if you're going to get your luggage. You'll be worried about like if there's going to be like gate agents, things of that sort. The USB trade union on Wednesday said it had put off the strike until October 9th. Keep that in mind. October 9th is when the next transportation strike will be put off until. So October 9th, I don't know if I just said so, but the strikes typically happen on a Friday, and this year October 9th actually falls on a Monday. So that definitely is a day that is not common, but I'll be honest, if it's not happening on a Friday, the second option is on a Monday. I like to think that Italians have planned it this way to bridge the weekend, to have an extended weekend, but that's just my hypothesis. You guys can tell me exactly what you think it might be, but I think it's something that might be worth sharing or knowing. The decision came hours after Transport Minister Matteo Salvini issued an injunction that would have limited the planned strike on Friday to 4 hours instead of 24 hours. So he was going to cut 20 hours from the strike. 4 hours is not enough for the workers to claim their rights, says the USB, which is the trade union, excuse me. It said protests affecting bus, tram, underground, and local train services in Italian cities will last for 24 hours on Monday, October 9th. This was the second time Salvini had intervened to limit strike action since being appointed transport minister in October of 2022. A similar order, which ended a national train strike early on the 12th of July, was described by unions as shameful, wrong, and illegitimate. Friday's public transportation strike has been planned to coincide with separate protests by airline staff and baggage handler at Italian airports, which is what I just said. Like, you might not get your bag, you might not be able to get checked in, there might not be security, which were unaffected by Salvini's order and were still scheduled to go ahead. That's the end of the article. It's really short. I'm going to click on the still scheduled to go ahead, which says, how will flights and transport in Italy be affected on Friday? Friday has been expected to be a difficult day for air travel and public transport in Italy, with several strikes called within the same 24-hour period. Airport baggage handling staff and had long planned 24-hour nationwide walkout from midnight on Thursday until midnight on Friday, resulting in the Italian flag carrier Vita canceling 73 domestic flights earlier this week. But on Thursday, strike was cut from 24 hours to 4 hours, meaning that little disruption is expected. Staff at low-cost carrier EasyJet were expected to hold 4-hour strikes from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. on Friday though the airline had not announced any cancellations as of Wednesday. It was planned for Friday. It's postponed till the 9th of October for the most part. I'm not going to read all of this. This is all available on the local.et. So what have we learned from this? The strike that was supposed to take place today will not take place on the 9th of October. What will happen, or what can you expect during a strike? Chaos. Just chaos. It is like one of the most inconvenient things that you will participate in, because not only will you see that there is chaos with the actual like at the train stations. Sorry, it's like a little bug flying around. You'll see that there's chaos at the actual train stations, but you will see also that like maybe the taxi cab drivers will be in like solidarity, or there won't be any taxis because everyone will be trying to get a taxi. So there will be absolute chaos. Of course, if you have checked a piece of luggage, you're going to wait for a while for your luggage, which is frustrating because are you just going to leave the airport? Probably not. Then you have to come back and try to find your luggage. Like, it's just absolute chaos. It's something that I really, really, really wouldn't want anybody to experience. So if you are a person that is intending on visiting, what would I suggest you do? Oh my gosh. Well, now that you know that the date is for the 9th, I would, if your flight is going to arrive on the 9th, I would try to move my transportation. I'll be honest, because I would try to move my flights or whatnot, especially if I have checked bags. I would try to avoid that as much as possible. What do you do if you can't do that? Well, you have to properly prepare for that. Let's say if you know that you're going to arrive to the airport and there just might not be an issue with the baggage situation, but you might have an issue with the transportation outside of the airport. I would maybe consider looking for private transportation to at least take you to your hotel. Being at that airport with all of those people with nowhere to sit, nothing to like properly eat, everyone's exhausted. It's just a horrible feeling, guys. Once again, I've experienced a lot of transportation strikes in Italy. I've experienced taxi strikes. I've experienced metro strikes. Sometimes strikes only affect certain areas as well. So there might be a strike in Milano, but there won't be a strike in Firenze or Roma or whatever. So it's something that you really, really, really have to prepare for. And the best way to be prepared for that is, of course, to like watch videos like this and to plan ahead. So that's basically it, guys. As of right now, that is the only updates that I see. I don't see any comments on this. It is really no surprise. If you are a person who lives in Italy or has been in Italy for an extended amount of time, this is something that you're familiar with. So if you have any advice, comment down below and share it with the people. If not, then share this video with somebody who you think it will benefit. And yeah, that's basically it. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next video. Ciao, ciao.